Hey everyone, welcome to week 5. This is essay week. How are you feeling? My goal in this video is to be very clear and concise and to help you feel as comfortable as possible going into this week so you can feel like you are going to have a really great opportunity to succeed in this first essay. Okay, so what I'm doing this week is I'm providing tons of resources for you to help write this essay. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be evaluating a film. Now, when I say evaluate, that means implementing all these things that we've done with They Say, I Say to where you are asserting your own opinion about this particular film. Now, this film, if you haven't seen it, the name of it is called Arrival by Denis Villeneuve. Here's a link to watch it right there. And this movie is pretty wild. What I want you to do when you're watching this movie is I want you to think about the nature of time. I want you to think about the nature of relationships and how our decisions impact and shape the world around us. I'll also include a link to a review of the film, but don't read or watch anything. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to post that on Thursday. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to post that on Thursday. That way you're not getting too crazy with it. But for an evaluation, what you're going to do is you're going to make judgments. How was the film? What did you think of the argument of the film? Was it good? Was it bad? What's your opinion of the argument that they make? Those are the types of things you'll be doing with a judgment or an evaluation. Okay? So to start off with, make sure you've watched this video all the way through and make sure that you've read through the directions and rubric thoroughly. I'm going to provide videos to help you with all of these steps, and here's a simple checklist for you to compose your essay this week. As always, contact me on Google Hangouts if you need help. And here are all the resources that I'm giving you. If you're confused about how to write a thesis statement or topic sentence, there you go. Embedding quotations, introductions, conclusions, revision, editing, formatting. Make sure that you're using these online learning resources too. That's going to help. Okay, let me show you. Let me show you the essay itself. There are the directions in the rubric. Okay. An evaluation is a judgment. That's all it is. An evaluation is a judgment that someone makes according to a particular criteria. So in order to come to an effective evaluation, you must have reasons and evidence. For this paper, you're going to make a judgment about the film Arrival. Okay? And think about judgment words. You can say that Arrival was entertaining. Arrival was confusing. Arrival was thrilling. Arrival was existential. Those are all sorts of judgment words you're using to describe the film. That's the type of stuff that I'm looking for in your thesis statement. And I also want you to support your judgments with specific reasons. So if you think that Arrival is confusing, you can say because of its plot, or give me a certain descriptor for the plot, because of its difficult to follow plot, something like that. Okay? And there's no wrong answer here. As long as you can back up your arguments with specific evidence, you are going to be doing just fine. Okay? I also want you to back up your evaluation with embedded quotes from other online movie reviews and articles. And I'll give you kind of an idea of where to look for those types of things. So at the end of this whole process, you should have a better understanding of what it means to make a well-informed evaluation of something as opposed to making emotional, biased responses that so often characterize judgments in our world today. You want to stay away from that. So you're going to watch the film critically and just jot down things as you watch. Writing down things that you like, things that you didn't like, scenes that stuck out to you, scenes that you really didn't like, and why. So think about the things in the film that worked, things that didn't work, and these things are the criteria that will help you make your evaluation. So you can think about things like characters, cinematography, direction, entertainment, dialogue, quality, originality, creativity, plot, pacing. All of those things are things that you can talk about. And you're not limited to those things either, but those things will kind of help you have the basis of what to talk about, right? So, write. After composing an original thesis statement that evaluates the film with 3 details, compose an MLA paper of 1,250 to 1,300 words in length that contains the key features of an evaluation essay. So I want you to give me a concise description of the subject. It would be really good to do that in your introduction. So Arrival is a film about, right? That would be a great introduction that you would conclude with your thesis statement. Give me a knowledgeable discussion of the subject. Show me that you've actually done some research here and read some reviews, that you know things like the director of the film, what the film is about, the plot, things like that. And I'll send you some reviews of the film as well in the midweek check-in on Thursday. But even prior to that, you can look at reviews as well and see how people are talking about this. Okay? Give me a balanced and fair assessment. If you hate the movie, that's fine. I don't care if you love or hate the movie. But don't come out saying, this is the worst movie that's ever been made in the history of time. It's terrible. It's so stupid. Just watch it. Right? Because that's really biased and emotional. And as a reader, if you write those things, I'm thinking you don't have a whole lot of credibility. Even in movies that you love. For example, I love Back to the Future. It is so entertaining and I can watch it over and over and over again. I can still find flaws in that film. For example, the plot is ridiculous. Why is Marty McFly so close to this disgraced physicist? It makes no sense. And why are they hanging out so much? That's kind of weird, right? If you had a kid in high school who kept hanging out with this like lonely old disgraced physicist, you might be like, hey, don't do that, right? You can come up with flaws. And even if you hate films, there are things that you can find about it that are good. Try to balance those things. Give me clearly defined reasons that support your opinion. So if you come to the conclusion that Arrival is existential, you need to have reasons for supporting that. And those three reasons wind up being the basis of your body paragraphs, as we learn in all the writing videos that we've done throughout the term so far. So you could say something like, Denis Villeneuve's Arrival is an existential film because of its philosophy about the nature of time and the nuanced discussion of how our decisions affect our life, right? Something, I'm just riffing, right? Those would actually work well, though. Okay? You need to incorporate at least 3 embedded quotes from 2 movie reviews. So that means 3 quotes overall. So you can have 2 quotes from one article, 1 quote from one article that support your argument. Okay? So, and all you need to do is just, Google Arrival, the New York Times, Arrival film, Roger Ebert, Arrival film, Rolling Stone, and you're going to find reviews and people talking about the film, and pull quotes from those sources and wind up using those in your essay with in-text citations and a works cited citation. And I've attached some help on how to do works cited citations, in-text citations, things like that as well. I'll chime in with more help on that on Thursday as well. But yeah, you got to pull quotes, ideas, examples from the film itself, as well as from other sources, from movie reviews. Make sure that you have a works cited page that documents all the outside sources. The best method for this is to use easybib.com tool, or you can use Al Purdue's website. And what you do there is you just copy the link of the website that you're using, and you can paste it right in there, and it creates it for you. And I'll be more specific with this on Thursday. Okay, so below, this is the rubric of how I'm grading the paper. You can look over that at your own time. This video is getting long. I want to shorten it. And once again, you're writing a judgment of this film. You're evaluating it. What did you think about it and why? And ultimately, at the end of this essay, your reader should have a sense of whether or not they should see the film. That's the whole point of an evaluation or a review. Okay? All right. So this is essentially you incorporating all these elements that we've learned thus far to give me your opinion of this film. If it's confusing and you don't get it, just start Googling around. Read about it. It's a great film. I don't think I've ever met someone that's watched this film that said, I don't like it. That may be you. I don't know. Good luck.